Like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day.
History has been made. Jake, this is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
Number 10.
This century has included many pop culture events along with political, economic, environmental, technology, international currents, and many others. Here are our top 10 moments from this century. Starting off with number 10, we have LeBron James joining the Miami Heat on live television. This decision impacted the world of basketball as LeBron James, being one of the best players to ever play basketball, has won several championships with Miami Heat and one with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He has played a total of 1,198 career games with an average of 27.2 points per game, along with 7.4 rebounds and 7.2 assists. LeBron has played for the Cleveland Cavaliers since 2003 to 2010, but became a free agent after terrific years. Obviously, LeBron has received multiple deals from many teams, but narrowed it down to the Miami Heat and Cleveland Cavaliers. On July 10, 2010, LeBron James airs on ESPN and announces he will be leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers and joining the Miami Heat. Although this affected the world of basketball, it didn't affect the world as a whole, leaving LeBron's decision at number 10.
LeBron's making his decision right now.
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Number 9.
Following LeBron's decision at number 9, we have Spotify arriving to America on July 14th, 2011. Spotify is a Swedish audio streaming platform that provides music and podcasts from record labels. Its country of origin is Sweden, but made its way over to many other countries, including America. Spotify contains a total of 207 million users and counting. It includes all types of music and artists, making it one of the best music outlets for music lovers. This comes in at number 9, as Spotify will continue to grow with its amount of users and the music published through Spotify, as its income also continues to grow, having a bigger long-term impact on America. That's why LeBron's well-known decision at number 8. What the heck?
Yo, man, is everything alright?
Yeah, man, I'm just bumping my new Spotify playlist.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8 on October 6, 2010, we have the release of Instagram. Instagram, as I'm sure we all know, is one of the best, if not the best, social media program as of right now. Instagram allows you to hold your own personal account, posting pictures for your followers to see, and the ability for them to like the pictures as well. You'll be able to see the pictures of the people you're following and the option to like them by a simple double click. Instagram has over 1 billion users monthly worldwide. It's the second most engaged network, trailing Facebook. With its total users monthly higher than Spotify, it deserves a spot at number 8 with the involvement of so many people.
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7, we have Disney buying Lucasfilms, bringing back Star Wars. Star Wars has one of the best movie legacies dating all the way back to its first showing of A New Hope in 1977 on May 25th. A New Hope came a long way when movies were booming during the 1970s pop culture movement, bringing in many movie fans to comprehend just what Star Wars was truly going to be. Disney purchased Star Wars on October 30th, 2012 for $4.05 billion. The release of Force Awakens drove Star Wars fans crazy, as they once thought that Star Wars was no longer. This takes place at number 7 as Star Wars brought the Star Wars community back, producing more movies in the future like Star Wars Episode 9 that'll keep the community going, talking about what may happen next, etc. It has also created more movie fans from the modern generation, as they'll continue to watch as long as Disney continues to make.
Oh my god!
Number 6.
Coming in at number 6, we have Hurricane Harvey, which was a recent event taking place on April 17, 2017. Hurricane Harvey is tied with Hurricane Katrina as the most costliest tropical storm, inflicting $125 billion in damage. This was mostly from the catastrophic flooding in the Houston metropolitan area in southeast Texas. The hurricane left a total of 107 dead, and 106 of those taking place in the USA and 1 in Guyana. Along with the deaths, it inflicted major inconveniences in the Texas area, causing it to be ranked as 6th longest lasting effects for an elongated period of time.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5 on the list, we have the Black Lives Matter movement. This is an international activist movement that originated in the African American communities that campaign against violence and systematic racism towards African American people. The movement began with the use of hashtag Black Lives Matter on social media after George Zimmerman was acquitted after the shooting of African American teen Trayvon Martin in February 2012 in Sanford, Florida. Black Lives Matter became nationally recognized when it was involved in the 2016 election, allowing it to seat number 5 on our list with its major involvement of today's society. It brings social justice to the minorities of today, pushing for equality for everyone.
Number 4.
Number 4 on the list, we have the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill was a huge oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico that began on April 20th, 2010, that left 11 dead and 17 injured. The leak was estimated about 4.9 million barrels of oil, but the oil leaking was just the start, as the effects that it left on the environment are everlasting to the marine wildlife and tourist areas around the spill, leaving oil embedded in the sand, in which is considered to be the worst marine oil spill recorded in history. Although it took a while, the ocean is getting better, erasing the everlasting effects. The oil spill left casualties amongst humans and animals, along with plants and other sea life, ranking
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, we have the Ebola outbreak. Ebola is a virus that causes severe bleeding, organ failure, and can very well lead to death. Ebola has been around since 1976, but had an extreme scare from 2014 to 2016, when many cases were reported from West Africa, leading to a medical alert from the district health officials. Ebola then spread to France and many other countries, causing an emergency for those countries and keeping other countries on alert. Ebola has affected the world as a whole and has kept our eyes open for reported cases that have been in nearby countries.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, we have the Boston Marathon bombings. The Boston Marathon bombings, as we all know, was a terrorist attack that took place in 2013 on April 15th at 2:30 in the afternoon as athletes were crossing the finish line to complete the infamous Boston Marathon. The attack left 3 dead and at least 264 injured, according to CNN. The 2 blasts were 12 seconds apart when it came to them detonating, and were homemade bombs made by Dzhokhar Tsarnaev and Tamerlan Tsarnaev. I don't know how to say those names. Following the attacks, the residents were asked to stay in their homes as police searched for their offenders in a 20-block radius in the town of Watertown, Massachusetts. After searching for several days, they finally found one bomber hiding in a boat after a police shootout that left his brother dead hours after the bombs went off when they hijacked an SUV and shot an MIT officer on duty. This will forever affect the way security will treat marathons and other huge events that may be unsafe to some, making it number 2 on our list.
We get to number 1.
Coming in at number 1 on the list, we have the assassination of Osama bin Laden. The assassination of bin Laden was very important because, as we know, he was a major part in horrific terrorism, causing many people to lose their lives in significant events like 9/11. As our army and government worked together in capturing and killing bin Laden on April 2nd, 2011 in an apartment in Pakistan, this caused excitement for many of us worldwide. This was a huge relief off the shoulders of our U.S. soldiers, knowing that the man that is responsible for many deaths is finally deceased. This stands at number 1 on our list as a huge terrorist leader of Al-Qaeda an Islamic group, was assassinated, giving relief to many countries and people as many casualties surround